So it's January 30th. This morning it was 25 degrees when we woke up. We're back in the Hiawassee Wildlife Refuge at our favorite spot. Last time we were here there were thousands of white pelicans, and we were hoping to get the sandhill cranes this time. But as you can see, we saw a few here and there. There's not much around at all. There's a little group of some type of seagull or something out over there. And I think we're in for an awesome sunset. This place just really has nice sunsets. But there's a strong wind blowing, and I think that's why they're not here. It's not good protection from the wind when it's coming out of the south. It did warm up to about 55 degrees today, and maybe a little rain tomorrow. But we were really hoping to see the sandhill cranes, although once we've been here before, the wind dies down in the evening and the cranes come in, because these sandbars are protected. There's protection from animals. No raccoons or coyotes or anything can get them out here, so they may just be other places right now and not here until it gets darker, is what we're hoping.
This is Freebird, and we are Ed and Maureen. We hope you will enjoy following us as we travel on the Great Loop.
So here we are, close to sunset, and as usual, the sandhill cranes are starting to come back in. I guess they're off hunting. We had 6 of them land over on this little sandbar near us, and they're kind of walking down the beach. And there's seems to be more and more coming by, looking for a nice place to spend the evening and night. There's a nice group landing on the little island right next to us. Getting a pretty good group over there now. There's a group of sandhill cranes right over here on this little island, and we noticed that they seem to be trying to call their buddies in. So as they fly in, they seem to be coming out of the north. Oh yeah, from Watts Bar Lake. They were up there catching fish during the day, and as they come back in for night, there's different groups that call out to them and say, hey, stay here with us. We found a good spot. This is our first night here, so some of them may be a little afraid of this big white boat sitting in their favorite spot. There's another pretty large group. Maybe these will land here with our other buddies. Yeah, they are gonna. There they go. We've been here before when sometimes it's so loud that you think you won't be able to sleep. But once the sun goes all the way down, they quiet down. Everybody sleeps well. Some of them are landing, and some of them are still going to another spot. These guys circle a few times, checking it out to make sure it's a good spot. It looks like most of them are coming back. Here comes some more in. Too bad it's a little dark over there. If the sun was shining there, it's really great to see them land. Very graceful birds. It turned out to be just amazing. There are just thousands of sandhill cranes landing all around us now. So this spot did not disappoint again, even though the weather hasn't been great. I mean, there's just too many to count. It's just phenomenal. They all seem to be coming in from the north. You could see for a while there, that sky up there was just dark with them coming in. It still is way out there. It's hard to see because it's the dark clouds behind them. Got the little choir down here on this island. It's called in a bunch. Earlier a bunch left, but now there's twice as many as there was. I don't know if you can see that sky out there with them coming in. Oh, the little black dots are just tons of them. This is the little island behind us. There's a few on this point here, but behind it, on the far point, is where there's a bunch of them. And there's more coming too. We'll see if we can catch some landing. These seem to be coming into this island here. Got some more landing on this little group. Or big group, I should say. These are all the ones we saw in the distance. I slept in this morning. When I woke up, it was already light out. So I went up the stairs into the pilot house, looked out the window, and saw that out in the main channel of the river, a barge was headed south, going with the current. They go real slow in this area because it is the delta where the Hiawassee River comes into the Tennessee River. And there's some turns they have to negotiate, and they do that at slow speed. It's the morning of January 29th. We've got a bird sitting on the very top of that tree. I don't think that's the eagle. Maybe it's an osprey. That's the little island where the trees fell over, where the eagle used to hang out. But a lot more sandhill cranes came in overnight. They seem to be on that little island. And they transfer over to this sandbar where everybody else is starting to hang out, which is really close to us. So we've got the generator running this morning. That's probably the humming you hear in the background. It is warmer today. It's about 40 right now, but we still wanted to warm up the boat. But there are thousands of these guys around today, so we're really enjoying it, even though it's not a real bright day. So we just left our anchorage behind Ziegler's Island in Hiawassee Wildlife Preserve. Captain Maureen is piloting the boat. I was out pulling the anchor in. It's about 40 degrees out, 42 I think, but it felt a lot colder with the humidity and wind. So we're just joining the main river. This is our Ray Marine equipment. On this one, you can see the little Hiawassee River area. We're heading south down the river. Main part of the channel is 26 feet deep. Now that we're going with the current, we're going 8.9 miles an hour, and we're not even at 700 RPM yet. So yesterday we did about 8.5 mile an hour at 800 RPM coming against the current. So there's a good strong current coming out. We've been getting a lot of rain. I think they're letting the water through the hydro plants, letting a lot of water come down the river now. We've just left the Hiawassee Wildlife Refuge. What you're looking at here looks like a boat ramp. It's actually the area where the Blythe ferry used to run, and that's where all the Indians came across the Cherokees when they were forced to leave Tennessee. And over here, this is the barge that came by us earlier. The barge captain came down and tow captain tied it up here. We're about to head underneath the Highway 60 bridge in Tennessee. And back on this side of the river is the other area of the ferry.
ferrywood dock. Now it is a boat ramp, and some fishing docks are there also. We're in the pilot house today, so apologize for the looking out these windows. Not quite as good a view as when you're outside.